Today we are delving into the secrets of this powerful principle and how it can pave the way for your ultimate achievements. So sit tight and let's explore how this simple yet profound concept can transform the way you approach productivity and success. Let's break down the story of Vilfredo Pareto, a dude from Italy back in 1848. According to legend, while relaxing in his garden, he noticed something mind-blowing. Only a small fraction, about 20% of his pea plants, were producing a remarkable 80% of the healthy pea pods. This got him thinking about how things aren't always evenly spread out. Pareto started looking into how wealth is spread around. He checked out different industries in Italy and found something interesting. About 80% of the stuff being made was coming from only 20% of the companies. That's how the 80-20 rule was born. It's like this big idea saying that most of your results, like a big 80%, come from only teeny tiny bit of what you do, like just 20% of your actions. But here's the really amazing thing. This rule isn't stuck in one place. It's like the seasoning that favors everything. We are talking about your hustle in business, your cash flow, your connections with others, and even your own journey of self-improvement. Though it may not always result in a perfect 80-20 split, this imbalance is a common occurrence in everyday life. In business, roughly 80% of sales often come from just 20% of customers. When decluttering your home, you may find that you wear only 20% of your clothes, 80% of the time. In a classroom setting, educators may observe that 20% of students contribute to 80% of class discussions. Within a company's workforce, 20% of employees may produce 80% of the results. In personal finance, you might discover that 20% of your expenses account for 80% of your spending, and so on. Let's start by examining some examples. Imagine you are running a little shop with all sorts of goodies on offer. Now, when you take a closer look, you realize that only a tiny part, maybe just 20%, of what you are selling brings in most of your cash. These star products are the ones that really shine and bring in the most money, while the other products doesn't contribute as much to your overall profits. But as I already said, the 80-20 principle extends far beyond the realm of business. Take your personal relationships, for example. Have you ever noticed that a small percentage of your friends or acquaintances bring you the most joy and fulfillment? These are friends who truly enrich your life, while the majority may have less of an impact. By prioritizing quality over quantity and investing your time and energy in these meaningful connections, you can cultivate deeper, more fulfilling relationships that enhance your overall well-being. To really make the most of the 80-20 rule, it's important to ditch time-wasting activities. But it's not just about doing less, it's about doing more of what truly matters. We all have 24 hours in a day, but how we spend that time matters. The 80-20 rules helps us focus on tasks that give us the best results or satisfaction. It may mean focusing on an important work tasks, spending quality time with loved ones, or doing things that make us happy. These are your golden nuggets, the activities that light you up and make you feel truly alive. So, when you are working on something like a project at work, studying for exams, or managing your personal life, ask yourself, what tasks or activities bring the most significant results or progress? These are your golden nuggets. Second, what tasks require considerable time and effort but don't offer much in return? These are your energy drainers. Additionally, for these energy draining tasks, consider whether they must be done by you or if they can be delegated to others. Also question whether they are necessary at all or if they can be eliminated altogether. Before you start working, always ask, does this task belong to the most important 20% or the less crucial 80%? Here is the trick. Don't get sidetracked by tackling minor tasks first. By kicking off your day with important tasks, you'll form a routine of prioritizing them. So begin your day by tackling the big challenges head on. Imagine you're a student getting ready for exams. You figure out that just focusing on a few main topics, maybe 20% of what you're studying, gets you about 80% of your exam grades. Instead of stressing about memorizing everything, you make sure you really get those key concepts. By doing that, you not only boost your grades, but also have more time for fun stuff like hobbies or just chilling out. So when you are studying, pay attention to what's most important. Listen well in class because that's usually what's on the test. Professors often give hints about what to expect. Understanding beats memorization every time. When you focus on the main stuff, studying becomes way easier and more effective. The 80-20 rule can help you in many areas of life. For example, you can eat healthy foods most of the time, 80%, and enjoy treats occasionally, 20%, to keep a balanced diet. Spend most of your time with people who makes you happy, 80%, and a smaller amount with others, 20%. Save or invest most of your money, 80%, and use the rest 20% for things you want or need. Learn the most useful skills for your goals, 80%, and explore other interests too, 20%. Lastly, spend most of your free time doing things you love, 80%, and some unnecessary tasks, 20%. The Pareto principle is often misunderstood. The goal isn't to minimize effort, but to concentrate your efforts on a specific part of the work to create a bigger impact. You still need to put in 100% effort into that 20% focus to achieve 80% of the results. It's also important to strike a balance when applying the 80-20 rule, ensuring you focus on essential tasks while maintaining flexibility. Many think the 80-20 rule is strict, but life is more complicated. Effort, energy, and time aren't always easy to measure. Life is nuanced, and not all fit neatly into an 80-20 ratio. Don't worry too much about following the rule perfectly. Don't focus too much on one thing and forget about everything else. If you only pay attention to the big tasks and ignore smaller ones, like emails, you might miss important stuff. It's all about finding the right balance between following the 80-20 rule and getting everything else done, even if it doesn't make up most of the results. Find the right balance and adapt the rule to fit your needs. Sometimes the most impactful actions aren't obvious. Just focus on making choices that move you forward, even if they are not perfect. In conclusion, leveraging the 80-20 rule can lead to greater efficiency, effectiveness, and well-being in both personal and professional life. By prioritizing the tasks that truly matter and optimizing your time and resources, you can achieve greater balance and success. Feel free to share your thoughts on how you'll use the 80-20 principle in your life. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification for more content. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.